Hey there, welcome back. So for today's video, we are going to Tagbilaran, Bohol, and I'll be training the staff of a new cafe that's opening there. And also in this video, I'm gonna be showing to you some behind the scenes of our tour. So para siyang vlog. Hindi ako marunong mag-vlog guys, pero try that. This is the cafe. There pa siya. And they're still painting when I went there. So I decided na I really cannot train if everything pa. So I decided to perhaps postpone the training mga 2 days after. Okay? Then, ang ganda ng location ng cafe na to kasi it's just across that hospital, Bohol Doctors Hospital. And there's also a apartment or parang for transient na for rent. So, and also this place is daanan ng mga usual tours sa Bohol. So, before the cafe, there's that Sandugo Shrine. Then after that, merong ditong Baclayon Church. Join ako sa parang konting tour natin of Bohol. I've been to Bohol a lot of times. My mom is from Bohol. But then we had a tour dito kasi first time nung husband ng cousin ng husband ko. Ewan ko if medyo magulo. I've also been to Lubbock River Cruise a lot of times, pero ito first time sa new terminal nila. Now it's already centralized and hindi na siya magulo unlike before. They even have this ticket system na. Also, one thing na na-observe ko was that lahat ng mga barko ay maganda na. They somewhat look the same. So parang hindi ka magsisisi that you rode in that one boat. Kasi years before, may mga boat na maganda, may mga hindi masyadong maganda. So ngayon almost magkamukha lahat. And I was also really amazed of the food. Kasi last time na try namin na yung nasakyan naming boat is hindi worth it yung food niya. Ngayon, yung food dito na napakadami and super sulit yung 850 pesos talaga. From salad to appetizer to different main courses, meron ding soup, tapos meron ding dessert. Super sulit talaga and masarap din talaga yung food. And of course, when you are in Lubbock, you wouldn't want to miss this presentation by the Lubbock kids. The next stop on the way lang talaga is a man-made forest. So we dropped by for a bit photos. And we also dropped by a station wherein merong mga tarsier. So, yung mga basic tours talaga dito sa Bohol is very easy lang. Kaya mo siyang gawing one day. So, for Chocolate Hills, hindi na kami umakyat kasi I've been there a lot of times. Nakakapagod yung stairs. But I'm amazed na nga pala no, may view na din pala ng Chocolate Hills kahit nandito lang sa baba. So, we still got this view of the Chocolate Hills. Still really good. So, if napansin nyo, yung tour dito sa Bohol is just really one day lang. Kaya siya ng one day. From the Sandugo, and then the Baclayon Church, Lubbock River, man-made forest, yung Tarsier, tapos yung Chocolate Hills. Then lastly, we had a night out dito sa Alona Beach na para na talagang Boracay ngayon. Okay, so time for the real business here. So I started muna the espresso machine kasi it's my first time to be using it. And I also created a review video of this machine. So if you're interested, kindly look into the description box or the video is here on top. So I started with familiarizing with the machine. Medyo nasistress ako dito. But I was able to get the grip of the machine and was able to dial it in, having a good espresso shot already. Alright, so I started muna with teaching them how to make the fruit tea. So I started with telling them what are the equipments needed, materials needed, and how they should set up when they would have a service. Ayan, so there is their output. I also let them try doing it with the other sizes based on the recipe that I made. This time naman for the coffee machine and the iced coffee. So I started with letting them get familiar with the machine. Medyo natatakot sila at first. But, masasanay ka din and you'll get used on how to use the machine and take care of it. Here, they also tried making samples already for the milk tea that they have learned already yesterday. Weeks after, this time naman for the hot coffee. So, different talaga yung hot coffee kasi first, yung machine doesn't include yet the temperature. So, we still had to purchase, and also, very delicate din yung training with regards hot coffee kasi you really have to learn how to create a good steamed silky milk. So, here I am teaching them how to create their own silky milk. It takes practice, and they would really love to learn latte art, but again, it's a skill that you have to practice every day. I know they'll get used to it and perhaps create their own latte art already and different patterns. So I let them try using the machine on their own, and I was just really observing them and correcting. There are some errors that they do along the way. So yeah, the cafe is almost ready to have their opening. If you're in Bohol, please drop by Brian's Cafe at Tagbilaran East Road across Bohol Doctors Hospital. So time for some tips. Okay, so time now for some tips on training for the opening of your cafe. So unang-una, please do finalize your menu and your recipe even before the training. So maybe you have seen recipes online or perhaps you're one of my students and you followed my recipe templates. Please po, tikman nyo yung recipe and make sure it suits your taste. You don't want that during the training is medyo kalat-kalat kayo and you're not even convinced of the drink. So parang malilito ka if you'll be adjusting the recipe or magti-train ka sa kanila. So it confuse you and it will also confuse the barista nyo. Aside from that, you would be also wasting a lot of ingredients if you'll do that during the training. So once you have finalized na your recipe, make sure it's printed para during the training with your staff, dire-diretso ka na. You already have the quantity per ingredient and all you have to perhaps show to them would be the flow on doing the drink mismo. And second tip, make sure din lahat ng materials, tools, equipments, ingredients are already in and ready during the training. You don't want na wala ka pang spoon, wala ka pang glass, and you don't have ice or milk when you do the training. You want all things complete. Aside from the materials, please also don't forget na dapat yung mga powders nyo, sauces nyo, already has its own containers. Kadalasan yung mga nakakalimutan would be like measuring spoons, tasting spoons. So those little things, please don't forget them during the training. Because if you miss one, tendency is it's a waste of time para kayong, ay sandali muna, bili muna tayo ng ganito. Ay sandali, wala pala tayong milk. Ay sandali, wala pala tayong sago or ano. Diba? So make sure everything is complete. So create a checklist that will tell you you're ready for the training. Aside from that, aside from making sure all the equipments are complete, the tools and the materials, make sure then that your cafe is walang construction during the training, and worst, walang painting works during the training or perhaps at least the day before. Kasi I have tried once na nag-train ako na the day before pa natapos yung painting, and no joke, within the 4 hours na nag-train ako, I really got a headache after. So, though sinasasabihin nila na the paint is, anong tawag dito, wala siyang smell, but then again, it can have chemicals or whatsoever that might be annoying to your nose or malay natin, diba, detrimental to your health. Then again, mas mabuti na yung safe and clean, and you'll be dealing naman kasi with drinks, beverages na iinumin nyo. 'Diba? So you don't want that there would be foreign objects going into your drink just because meron nagko-construct or meron nagpipaint during the training. Next tip on training for the opening of your cafe is conduct simulation and also tasting ng mga potential customers, or perhaps you can invite your friends and your relatives to taste yung mga ginagawa nyo during the training. So when I say simulation, during the training mismo, don't just teach them how to make the drinks. Do a simulation na para kayong nagro-roleplay na merong mag-order, let's say ice mocha, and then how they will receive the order, and then paano nila pinapasa sa gagawa ng order, and what would that person do when he or she receives the order of ice mocha. Anong una niyang kukunin? Glass ba? Ice ba? Kape ba? Blah, 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 blah. So basically just practicing the flow. And when they already get the flow, perhaps they already have that idea on how it would feel during the actual opening itself. So please don't do that during soft opening. Yung iba, ginagawa nila ito during soft opening. No. Kasi during soft openings, there could be already mga strangers, diba, that would be ordering sa cafe nyo. And they might not understand that you are still on soft opening, or perhaps you're still doing the training. So basically, after teaching them how to make the drinks from scratch, no, from step 1 until step 4, the next would be the simulation, and it's basically the flow of ordering up to the order fulfillment in your cafe. Include yun na din, ano ba yung flow nyo? Would you be serving the drink to the table, or you would just call them by names, etc., etc. So that also matters. Para during the opening, medyo a bit maganda na yung daloy ng order system nyo. But then again, there'll always be room for improvement. So just take note to look into loopholes during the opening, soft opening, and then create feedback system within your team. So those are just some of the tips, no, with regards to training sa cafe nyo. And then again, with regards to order fulfillment, no, it's actually case-to-case basis on the different cafes. So depende talaga siya sa situation nyo and also your type of coffee business model. Now, if you'd like to do some specific consultations with me with regards to your cafe, you can join my online mentorship program and raise that during our monthly group consultation calls. That's the Small Coffee Business Academy. The links are here. So if you'll be joining, is I would be putting in or giving in direct feedback specific sa cafe nyo. So that's the advantage of being inside the academy. So we'll be doing monthly calls every month. Monthly nga, di ba? Thank you so much for watching, guys. I have here a full playlist about coffee business. I'll see you here.